most powerful Pokemon isn't what you think. Think about the strongest one in the game. Your mind probably goes straight to the legendaries, like Mewtwo with massive stats. But the one quietly breaking the system, it's Meowth. A weak little street cat has a move that changes everything. Payday. On paper, it looks harmless. A basic normal type attack, 40 power, 100% accuracy, 20 PP, but hidden inside that move is something no other early game Pokemon can do. It prints money. Every time Meowth hits with Payday, the game adds extra cash straight to your payout, and the higher Meowth's level, the more money you get. This breaks the game, because Meowth just doesn't give you money. It gives you so much power that the game itself has to work around it. Let me explain. Look at Cerulean City. Inside the bike shop, a basic bicycle costs an insane 1 million Poké Dollars. At first, this looks like a normal video game barrier, just a ridiculous price tag to stop you from getting the bike too early. But with Meowth in the picture, that price stops feeling random. It starts to feel like a warning sign. Think about it. A bottle of fresh water costs just 200. That means a single bike costs the exact same as 5,000 bottles of water. In a normal world, a bike costs maybe 100 times more than a drink. In Kanto, it's 5,000 times more. That's not just expensive, that is financial collapse. And you can see this problem everywhere. Even 10-year-old bug catchers and broke hikers are walking around the woods with thousands of dollars in their pocket. There is way too much cash floating around. And the reason is simple. Anyone with access to a Meowth can print money on demand. So the bike price shouldn't matter, right? If money is that easy to create, you could just battle trainers, spam Payday, and save up the full 1 million. Except the game has the ultimate roadblock. Your wallet can only hold a maximum of 999,999 Poké Dollars. You are literally one single dollar short. There is so much money floating around that the developers had to put a hard 6 limit digit on your wallet. And because of this, that $1 million price tag is not really a price, it's a blockade. The shopkeeper knows cash is just dead paper, so he sets the price exactly $1 higher than you can physically carry. Instead, he will only trade the bike for one item, the bike voucher. Because in a world where Meowth has flooded the market and made money worthless, that tiny piece of paper has more real value than max cash. And this is a problem that gets even bigger. Meowth is not some random legendary at the end of the game. It is common. You can find it in the tall grass outside major cities. So this is not just one broken Pokemon. It is a money printer almost anyone in Kanto could access. And if you max out a full team of 6 Meowths and use Payday over and over, you can generate 60,000 Poké Dollars in a single battle. And when free cash is that easy to get, normal hard work becomes completely pointless. Why would anyone work a regular job when they can just make a fortune standing in the grass? And once you realize that, Kanto starts to look very different. Despite all this wealth, the region's roads and buildings are falling apart. The main routes are still dirt paths, and the Kanto power plant is abandoned by workers and overrun by wild Pokemon. Even the famous Pokemon mansion is just a burnt ruin. There is money everywhere, but there is no workers. No company can afford to pay people to fix a road or repair a power line. Not when everyday citizens can just stand in tall grass with a common cat and print all the money they will ever need. This total lack of workers also makes one of the weirdest mysteries in the game feel a lot darker. Every Pokemon Center is staffed by the same person, Nurse Joy. Same pink hair, same uniform, same smile, same script. The game tells us they're just a huge family. But honestly, it does not matter whether they are cousins, clones, or just repeated game design choices. What matters is what they prove. In an economy where endless Meowth cash has made normal work pointless, Nurse Joy is the only one still there, behind every Poké Center in every city, keeping the one service running that the entire system depends on. And that service is not just healing, it is power for the money printer. Because Pokemon Centers are completely free. They restore your team, and more importantly, they restore your PP. Payday is supposed to have a limit, 20 uses, and then it stops. But Pokemon Centers erase that limit completely. The move runs out, Nurse Joy restores it, and the Meowth can print again. So the Pokemon Center is not just the hospital, it is the machine that keeps the Meowth economy alive. And that creates the perfect trap, because if everyone can print money for free, then no one can use money to rise above the system. Cash becomes worthless to everyone equally. No normal trainer can buy real power. No ordinary citizen can save enough to escape. No one can use paper money to challenge the people who actually control the region. Because once money loses its value, the winners are not the people with the most cash. cash. They are the people who control the things that the cash still needs to buy. Enter Silph, that giant company with that 11-story skyscraper in Saffron City. They do not need to control the money, they control the goods. Pokeballs, potions, full restores, the items that actually matter. Because in Kanto, money only has value if it can buy survival. And Silph controls some of the most important survival tools in the region. That is why Meowth printing cash does not destroy companies like Silph. It protects them. Everyday people are stuck with piles of inflated money, but Silph controls the physical items that give that money any meaning. They are not powerful because they have the most cash. They are powerful because everyone still needs what they make, which brings us to the ultimate twist. The entire game is based on humans using Pokeballs to catch and control wild Pokemon. We think we are the masters because we have technology, but look at what is actually happening. By letting Meowth control money, it controls human lives, survival, and goals. The power has completely flipped. Humans think that they are using Meowth, but the entire world is bending around what Meowth can do. The bike shop, the wallet limit, the free Pokemon centers, the broken infrastructure, the rise of companies like Silph, all of it starts to make sense once you realize one thing. Meowth does not need to have legendary stats to be powerful. It doesn't need to destroy cities. It does not need to beat Mewtwo, because Meowth attacks something much larger than HP. It attacks the value of money itself. And once that breaks, everything starts breaking with it. This is not just the breakdown of a video game. It's a mirror. In the real world, we don't have cats that create gold coins out of thin air, but we do have systems that create money faster than normal wages can keep up. We have prices that climb up so high, they stop feeling connected to regular work. Housing, healthcare, and education, the things people need most, keep moving further out of reach, while the numbers on the screen keep getting bigger. That $1 million bicycle is not just a joke. It's a reflection of the world where everyone keeps grinding, everyone keeps collecting coins, but the things that actually matter are always just out of reach. And that's what makes Meowth terrifying. It does not need to be the strongest Pokemon in battle. It doesn't need to look dangerous. It doesn't even need to evolve. It just has to print enough money to make the world break around it.